Hey Earth and I fam. I hope you're having a marvelous day. I hope everything is going your way, and so it is. Let's talk about how much unnecessary pressure we put on ourselves in life. Like when major events happen to us, like death, losing a job, losing a friend, something really serious, they have this beautiful power of putting things into perspective in a way that draws your attention to what's really important for you. But think about if we just enhanced that perspective and brought it into our day to day lives, about how we could really zoom out and notice what we're putting our energy into, what we're thinking about that is not nourishing our growth or not getting us to where we want to be. When we really start getting on track with the thoughts, the actions, the self-treatment, that's when the plot really starts unfolding. Life is always happening, like it just keeps going. It continues on. No matter what we're experiencing, it keeps moving. The wave of life never stops. And when we are holding on to things and entertaining unnecessary actions, thoughts, energies, we're getting in the way of that flow. When we start turning our attention on that inevitable wave, that's zen, that's peace, that's acceptance, that's all these magical things. And it's like we have these receptors and signs that basically notify us like, hey, we're not really riding the wave right now. We're not really going with the flow. We're not being the flow. And when we actually take that time to reflect, because we've built trust with ourselves and we know, hey, this is like really serious, that I'm noticing the fact that I'm kind of falling off my wave. I'm getting off track. The answer is there. Maybe the job isn't fulfilling. You're entertaining not happy thoughts, whatever it may be. When I was growing up, I honestly had a really hard time just expressing my basic needs, the way that I felt, the way that things were making me feel. And it really wasn't an environment thing. It was something deep. That's genuinely something that I was put on earth to learn, was to listen to myself and not to disempower myself when I feel a certain way about something. And I really went from one extreme to the other, where it was like I would never explain how I was feeling. And then I would jump ship and just put it all out there really aggressively and snappy, reactively. And it just shows that beautiful balance of life. When you can stand in the center of that tilt-a-whirl, forget what it's called, seesaw, and understand the power of both and allow them to blend and to express itself naturally through you, that's when you start turning the page. We have all these things distracting us, pulling us in all these different directions, when all we need to do is put the pen to paper and let our bodies, our minds, and our soul do the rest. It's kind of like being in a self-driving car and driving. Except the car doesn't move, the road moves beneath you. You just kind of have to like steer. I like that one. So allowing our awareness to really be a superpower is possible. We don't always have to put so much pressure on life to deliver for us or to us. We can step up and take a moment. That's how we evolve. That's how we grow, because we start taking power. We start working with life in a more collaborative way, expanding our responsibilities, expanding what we know is true. All of that keeps growing, and that brings us into deeper balance, and it just expands the circle of life as we know it. I like that one. I love that. Take a moment today to just kind of step back. Step back from everything. Unplug from everything. Pull yourself out of everything. And notice how you feel. What are you truly drawn to focus on? Both sides work, whether you pay attention to what you truly want to focus on or you notice what you've been focusing on that isn't getting you there. We got little monkey minds up here, you know, we got to keep them in check. And a lot of times we get enticed. That's the best way I can describe it. I have these thoughts that are so enticing because my mind is aware of what my goals in life are, but they package it in such a way that is not in alignment. And I kind of fall for that thought because I'm like, ooh, my eye's on the prize. But you have to realize that the in between is a mystery. You know, you're not always going to know the in between, the how. And when you just continue to focus purely on that soul and heart desire, you will gravitate towards it. It's not so much about doing, it's about being. Be. Easier said than done though. But may this gift you with some energy, some clarity, some breathing, and just inspire you to realize that the time is truly always now. Anything that you think about wanting or doing doesn't mean you need to do it, you know, but you need to move towards it now. You need to tell that person you love them now. You need to get that off your chest now. You need to listen to yourself now and make that shift now. It's always now. Not in a fear or, you know, scarcity kind of way, but in an empowered and soulful way. Love this for us. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching your video. Keep in touch in the comments or check out the links that I'm going to put in the description below. And join the Earth and I fam. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your magnetism, this community and everything. I'll see you next time.